welcome everyone. This is our Thursday, February 26, 2026 meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. If you would all kindly shut off your phones and we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Ready? Yep. Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we begin, I just wanted to make a brief announcement. The town of Riverhead is aware that there have been several phishing attempts over the past couple of months, in particular related to Zoning Board of Appeals applications, where a scammer is sending out an email posing to be the town of Riverhead or one of the boards of the town of Riverhead using a fake email address. Just so everyone knows, our domain is always at townofriverheadny.gov. If you receive an email from someone pretending to be the town of Riverhead from a different email address, or more specifically requesting payment via a wire transfer, having a time limit on that, please feel free to contact us, the town, call the planning department to verify whether or not it came from our department or any of our board members. We're working on it. Riverhead Local put out an article, and the supervisor's office and police department are actively working to spread the word. So, all right. Moving on, we do have a request for an extension. Appeal 2024-018 James Goodman, 53 South Jamesport Avenue in Jamesport. They're requesting a one-year extension, thus expiring September 12th of 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Barnes.
Aye.
Mr. Portia.
Aye.
Zaweski.
Aye.
Villo.
Aye.
And I vote aye, so the extension is moved on. Go ahead, Heather.
And on for reserved decision, appeal number 2026-001, 1175 West Main LLC, 1175 West Main Street, Riverhead, Suffolk County Tax Map number 600-125-2-25.2, Riverfront Corridor zoning for a special exception.
Mr. Chairman, with respect to appeal number 2026-001, the determination reads, the evidence in the record establishes that the use will not prevent the orderly and reasonable use of adjacent property or properties in the surrounding area or impair the value thereof. See adjacent property owner's letter of support. The use will not prevent the disorderly and reasonable use of permitted or legally established uses in the district wherein the proposed use is to be located, or of permitted or legally established uses in adjacent districts, showroom by appointment only. The safety, the health, the welfare, the comfort, the convenience, or the order of the town will not be adversely affected by the proposed use and its location. The uses shown versus spa and restaurant will not increase traffic, sanitary load, will not create noxious gases, soot, or smoke, generate disturbing noise, vibration, dust, or light, and instead, as use as a showroom, no manufacturer on site by appointment only is less impactful upon adjacent properties than prior use. Site plan review and approval by the planning board will be required, wherein landscaping, paving, building facade work, and the like will be addressed. Required inspections prior to the issuance of certificate will ensure that the property is in compliance with both town code and New York State Building and Fire Code. This special exception applies to the subject parcel known as 1175 West Main Street, an existing building for use as a heating and air conditioning business, more specifically a showroom, storage, and offices. It is recommended that the planning board identify the area for outdoor storage and specifically describe what, if any, materials may be stored, limited to and related to proposed use. Screening of any outdoor storage area and address and or eliminate existing use by other adjacent lots for ingress and egress off Route 25.
Who's going to move it?
So moved.
Second? Give me a
Second.
All right. Mr. Barnes.
Aye.
Mr. Portia.
Aye.
Zaweski.
Aye.
Zilla.
Aye.
And I vote aye, so that has been moved and passed. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Good luck.
Up next, we have appeal number 2025-032, Bayview Applicant LLC, 47 Bayside Avenue, Jamesport, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-93-1-4, Residence B40 zoning, an appeal of Chief Building Inspector's determination dated July 29th of 2025, which rescinded a letter of pre-existing use issued October 13th, 2022 for use as a transient rental. This was adjourned from February 12th, 2026, and we did receive correspondence from the applicant's attorney today via email requesting to close the hearing and to reserve the decision for the April 9th meeting.
Somebody move it?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Barnes,
Aye.
Mr. Porsche,
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
Zawiski, Ms. Zillow,
Aye.
and I vote aye.
So reserved decision April 9th. So next, appeal number 2026-002, Maria Salguero, 178 Main Road, Riverhead, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-85-2-2, Rural Corridor zoning, to legalize amendment of addition to dwelling. Applicant requests variances and/or relief from Town Code Chapter 301-65, where proposed building lot coverage is 10.7%, maximum allowed is 10%, where proposed floor area ratio, FAR, is 22.8%, maximum allowed is 10%, and where proposed front yard setback is 19 feet, minimum required is 50 feet.
You attorney, sir?
I'm the architect.
Your attorney.
Architect.
What's your name, sir?
Please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Please state your name and address.
Michael Sedano, architect. Address 90 Senex Avenue, Santa Mauritius, New York, 11934.
Go ahead.
Okay, we're here for seeking relaxation in lot coverage. We're at 10.7 percent, where the maximum allowed is 10%. We're also seeking floor area ratio relaxation from the 22.8, where the maximum allowed is 10, and a front yard setback of 19, where the minimum allowed is 50. The existing house is currently at 19.3 to the house, not the porch, which is an existing structure, so we're not expanding the house any closer than it currently is. That's an existing setback on the front. The lot coverage of 10.7 versus the allowable of 10 is, I feel, is minimal in keeping with the neighborhood. And the floor area ratio of 22.8, where the maximum is 10, that's including porches, and if you get rid of, if you don't include the porches and covered areas, it's more like 15.3. So we feel that's in keeping with the neighborhood, and it's the increase in lot coverage and the FAR do not create any visual physical impacts on adjoining parcels and reduce front yard setbacks along with the existing development pattern in the neighborhood.
I gotta ask a question. On your application, on the second page, it says current use of property. It states residence.
Yeah.
Is it a single-family resident, or what is it?
He's gonna convert it to a two-family dwelling, which is allowable under the rural corridor.
Is anyone living there right now?
No, it's currently under construction. We have a permit currently.
Just due east of the property, there's a whole bunch of meters. Are they yours?
Are they what?
Are they yours?
Meters?
Yeah, like electric meters?
I think, I don't know how many there are. There should be like 2 there.
I think there's more than that.
They're attached to the building.
They're attached. He's gonna get, I think he's only gonna have 2. One for, he originally jumped the gun and put in the 3 meters, and he's putting in 2, one for each dwelling.
That's what I'm saying, there's a lot of meters there.
Yeah, he's gotta remove them. We were already told that.
Can I ask, how many bedrooms in this house?
8 bedrooms. We have an 8-bedroom approved and installed septic already.
So it is a two-family then?
It's gonna be converted to a 2-family.
What's being stored in the back? So we have some aerials and that. Seems there's a
He
lot of
has
good
his shop.
trucks there.
Yeah, he has his shop, he has there's a garage behind it underneath. You don't see it from the front, so it's underneath, and he has his work stuff back there.
What type of business is he in?
Construction.
There's a lot of roofing trucks there.
That's what he does.
Well, that's not a hub firm, is it? Part of his business or what?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
So Heather, under this zoning district, is it permissible to have residential with a construction business, or is it limited to professional offices?
I believe it's limited to professional office, and I think it's especially permitted use. I'd have to double check the code.
Even for a professional office?
Yeah, and there are
especially
certain criteria that need to be met in rural corridor zoning to establish that. The two-family is permitted as of right.
Right.
You do have to update your construction drawings and building permits. Yeah, so specially permitted uses include professional offices, medical doctors.
Yeah, this does not qualify as a professional office.
And that has to be within a quarter mile of Hamlet Center or Village Center. And then it goes on further to say professional offices of attorneys, architects, medical doctors, or dentists with conditions. Property has to be improved with a single-family residence. Professional office shall be within the building footprint of the single-family residence, and it has to have frontage along New York State 25 between Route 105 and the town boundary with the town of Southold. So that's all by special permit, and it doesn't include a construction business.
I'll be quite candid, Mr. Sedano.
Yeah.
We've all visited the site, and I happen to go by there quite often. There's always trucks outside. I'm not convinced this is purely residential, and it's not going to be a business run out of it.
I think he has he keeps his trucks in the back because he has.
The ones I see are always in the front.
Well, he keeps one truck in the front with his sign on there for advertisement. And he doesn't want people going there, because right now it's vacant, so he doesn't want people going there thinking no one's there and breaking in.
Does he understand that he can't operate the business or have the business
I'll tell him tonight.
address there if it's a two-family?
Absolutely, I'll tell him tonight.
So can I ask you one question? So on page, I guess it's page 5, where the area variance considerations come inside there, the last question there, number 5, says the difficulty was or was not self-created. And down here it says it was not self-created. I'm just trying to understand how we got there. I certainly agree with you. The front of that house has been on that same portion of the road the entire time, so that's not self-created. But how were the other two not self-created? Because, I've lived here my whole life. This was all added on. It was upgraded. It looks far better, at least the main portion of the house. But this was all added on afterwards. How is that not self-created?
What we did with the permit, it's not that there was no permit on that.
Okay.
It just it was overlooked, to be honest with you.
So I'm looking at a copy of the survey that was provided, and it appears to me the maximum impervious surface coverage is 25%. And when you look at the survey that you provided, it looks like a lot more than 25% coverage. Justin, are you picking this up?
Just for the asphalt, or, because the rest is gravel back there?
Nope, wrong one.
I didn't include the asphalt driveway in the lot cover, in the FAR. Or you're talking lot coverage?
So are you taking the position that other than the driveway, the rest of the materials shouldn't be counted?
I believe he counted the structure itself. I don't think the surveyor counted the driveway.
On your survey,
It says it on this right-hand side of the survey.
Driveway.
I'm putting up another picture, and you can see behind what is the garage appears, you describe it as gravel.
No, to the left. To the right is asphalt. You can see the dark black.
Big gray spot at the top on the left corner is
That's a little
gravel.
gravel.
What type of gravel is it?
It's probably just RCA right now.
Well, it looks pretty compacted.
Yeah, he leaves his vehicles back there, but it's
Heather, did the building department do a calculation regarding impervious surface?
It wasn't included on the denial letter.
Okay. And at minimum, the driveway would have to be included, correct?
The asphalt driveway is on the survey, on the right side.
So, while Heather's looking into that, I'm not convinced that the building department shouldn't inspect and address the impervious surface coverage. Also, the meters, and correct me if I'm wrong, this matter was just in justice court, correct?
not that I know
This
of.
property?
Not that I know of.
And the owner, applicant, agreed to a very detailed conditional discharge, not to perform any of the commercial activities on the site?
I'm not aware of that hearing.
Well-
Actually, I'm looking at this survey, I don't mean to change. He does have the asphalt driveway in there. It
Yeah,
jumps.
I see that he does, but the remainder of the property,
18.6.
those improvements appear to be in furtherance of a business activity and not a single-family residence.
He's
I
trying
mean,
to
you've
make it.
RCA'd essentially almost the entire property.
I don't think he was aware that he can't keep his vehicles back there, to be honest with you.
Well, so,
Excuse me, how can you keep business vehicles when you have a two-family residence?
I don't know, he just kept them back there.
so it appears to me, and perhaps the applicant can answer, I believe the conditional discharge may have been, I don't have the exact date, but I believe it was, is it possible, October of 2024?
On this property?
Yeah, yes.
That's when he might have just first purchased it back then. Because he's only had it for a couple of years. We just started this in 2024.
Well, you just represented to the Zoning Board of Appeals that the reason commercial activity was going on the property was simply because the applicant didn't want it to appear vacant.
No, he left his truck in the front.
One truck?
One truck. He left it there in the front so people didn't think that no one was there. Because right now it's unoccupied.
Well, I will tell you, according to the aerials,
That's the truck right there.
yeah, even the aerial
Hasn't even-
that is up there, that's more than one truck.
The one in the front?
No, there's several trucks in the
I'm
back.
saying the one in the back. Those in the back, that's what I'm saying. The one in the front he kept there so people wouldn't go into the house. The ones in the back, He was just keeping them back there. All right, so I'll have to let him know he can't keep his trucks back there anymore.
Well, it's quite possible there exists a violation of the court order and the conditional discharge.
I'm not aware of any of that stuff,
Well,
but I'll have to ask him.
well, you just described that.
Court order? I wasn't aware of a court order.
No, you just described the activities on the property
Oh, okay, right.
that conflict with the court order.
Does he have another address for his business?
I'm not sure where. I know he has another residence in Riverhead, in Aquabog.
Yeah, forget about a house. I'm saying, does he have like a yard, a commercial yard, a storefront, a building, something where he keeps all these roofing trucks?
Not quite sure.
So I have additional information I would like to share with the zoning board. You stated that the property was vacant. According to the court documents, mandated conditions included the defendant agrees to refrain from renting the subject premises without first applying for and be issued a rental permit from the town of Riverhead.
It's not rented right now, it's unoccupied, there's nothing in there, we're under construction.
Okay, well, according to the conditional discharge, it was being rented out without a rental permit.
There's no way, that house was unoccupied. That house was dilapidated when we first got it. I'm sure everyone is aware of that condition of that house, the way it was.
Well,
There
you
was
might
no
want,
way anyone was living in that house.
well,
We have the same residence.
When might the house be completed?
It's done,
What's done now?
but we can't, we're stuck here because he wants to finish it up as a two-family, and wants to finish the back area of the house to make it a two-family. So the front section, the main part of the house is done. I think he has all of his inspections on it.
He's not here, right?
So now he's trying to switch it to a two-family. So the second family part hasn't been started yet.
So are you saying there's one kitchen in there?
Right now, yeah.
Okay. Have you been in the house recently?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay. So he's gonna add separate entrances and then add another kitchen?
If we get approved, yes.
Okay.
Just a quick
What
question,
did-
it's more out of curiosity. So on the drawing here, it says that the existing second floor balcony to be converted to habitable space existing with first floor deck to remain. Wasn't it all new construction, that back portion?
Yes.
I'm just curious as to why construct the balcony first and then change everything around?
It was him. He changed his mind mid-flight, and he asked, hey, can we get the two-family status? And I'll just enclose that balcony area in. Keep the roof the way it is, just enclose it in, and he could put his bedroom in there and living room in that spot and get rid of the balcony. So everything's constructed, we just have to close it in.
Okay.
But it doesn't make sense. I agree with you.
And you have the permit in hand for doing that? Okay, so that's going for, so is that how you,
Get past you guys, then we'll get it.
is that how you got to this point? You had the permit, you did the work,
And we apply
then
for
decided to
this.
apply for this, and then something was found that you were no longer in compliance? Okay, At least I understand. Thank you.
Yeah, then he did his driveway and did the landscaping and did all of that stuff, and then that's how, once we brought it to your attention, everything snowballed.
Got it.
So zoning board members who asking, I'm just gonna highlight for you, that's not entirely accurate based upon the documents from Justice Court.
Okay.
Was that the prior owner that had that?
When they dated the documents with Justice Court.
It's like a year ago.
A year ago?
This is coming from the attorney.
I'll be quite candid with you, sir, that the presence of so many commercial vehicles, both front and back, the absence of any indication on your behalf that his physical business is located in some other location, plus well, I'm uncomfortable with the finding that this is purely a residential building.
He's gonna have to get his vehicles out of there. If that's
Not
the
so much
case.
that, I'd like to know where his business is located. If it's not located there, well, where is it located?
I don't know if he just keeps his vehicles at his residence. He owns multiple properties.
Well, I mean, if he has a business, where is it located? I mean, where does he keep his equipment and stuff like that? You know, his office space, does he run the business out of that house? Or does he run it out of someplace else? I mean, I appreciate your position that you're unaware of that. But like I say, I'm uncomfortable in finding that this is purely residential in the absence of something that somehow convinces me that this is
I
purely
think
residential.
because he was under construction, he left a lot of the vehicles there.
I'm aware of that, but that coupled with the fact that, well, if that's not his business location, where is it? And I appreciate your position that you're unable to supply that, but I hope you appreciate my
I mean,
position.
I'll make it aware that he can't have any vehicles there and he can't run a business out of that location.
I beg your pardon, I think you're missing my point. You've been unable to demonstrate to me, and it's not your fault, that this is not a business, he's not running a business out of there, because first of all, well, if he's not running his business out of there, where is he running it out of? You follow what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I'm uncomfortable with finding it, this is purely residential.
Yeah. I'm gonna request, Emery wants to look further, and she wants to do some investigation into the meters, the application for the meters,
Lot coverage.
lot coverage.
And
She wants to look into the
Mileage.
property as far as impervious surfaces. She also wants to check out the status of what kind of vehicles and, business trucks and equipment. It looks like there's some excavators on there.
Like I say, he's under construction. He was doing all the site work, so he left a lot of the vehicles there.
Also, if you could indicate where his principal place of business is,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I mean, I live in the area, and I've probably driven by that property 1,000 times. There's never a time I've ever driven by that property that he didn't have a whole fleet of trucks there. That's just me looking out the window as I'm driving by.
And I understand your position that he wants a presence of trucks there so people think it's, we understand that.
Yeah, because I know the one in the front hardly moves, because I said that to him. I said, you guys keep this truck there, does anyone use it? He's like, no, I just leave it there. So
Objectively, I mean, I think you'll agree to objectively, it is consistent, it could be consistent with running a business there, and that's the problem we have.
Yep, I understand.
You don't need a tractor trailer there to advertise his business. He could put a sign out there if he wants to.
Yeah, I got mine there.
Yeah. I see he's got one hanging on the front of the house there.
Will you be able to come back with the questions?
Yes.
How much time are you gonna need?
Next hearing, if that works.
Next hearing is,
March 12th or March 26th.
what's your pleasure? 12th or 26th?
Sooner the better.
All right, be the 12th, move we adjourn this to the date, March 12th.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, take care of yourself.
Mr. Barnes,
Aye.
Portia,
Aye.
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 And I vote aye. So that has been adjourned until March 12th.
You ready for the next one? So next appeal is appeal number 2026-003, Marion Locicero, 253 Newton Avenue, Riverhead, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-127-2-42, Residence A40 zoning for an addition to an accessory structure. Applicant requests variances and/or relief from Town Code Chapter 301-9, where the proposed side yard setback is 1.8 feet and the minimum allowed is 20 feet.
Please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Please state your name and address.
Megan Carrick, offices are at 206 Lincoln Street, Riverhead, New York.
Thank you.
However, I have a few additional cards that came. I think the mail has been a little delayed with the weather. I'm here tonight on behalf of our client, Marion Locicero. We're proposing a small addition to her existing accessory garage. As part of the project, she plans to convert the garage into living space. The addition itself is 12 feet by 18.2 feet. And part of that includes a covered entry, which you can see on the survey that was submitted. We're here this evening because the addition expands an existing non-conforming side yard setback. That being said, we don't believe this proposal will have a negative impact on the neighborhood. There are several properties in the area where the accessory structures are located in similar positions in the side yard. The existing garage already has a CO with the current setbacks, and the proposed addition remains well beyond the rear line of the house. It's also worth mentioning that the garage sits directly alongside the neighbor's accessory garage to the north. I think the address is 259 Newton, so it's not creating a new condition along this side yard property line. Overall, we feel that it's a modest improvement to an existing structure that's consistent with the surrounding neighborhood. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
So there's a shed located on the property that's too close to the property line. And unfortunately, the building department failed to require you to address the impervious surface coverage.
Yes, I believe that an updated survey had been submitted. I do have the lot coverage calculations on a survey here.
Yeah, Marissa had actually reached out to the surveyor, and he just sent her the updated survey yesterday.
Gotcha.
With the calculations, and she made copies. I provided them to the board and council.
Okay. The garage addition is going over a part of the existing driveway that's there, so it shouldn't be too much of an impervious surface increase there.
They're at 44.5%. With the addition, they're going to 46.4.
That's what I'm seeing, correct, yes.
So the building department is going to have to issue a new denial letter, and you're going to have to repost the property because the impervious surface has to be addressed on the notice and the shed has to be addressed.
They could relocate the shed.
Yeah, I believe we would be happy with relocating the
So
shed.
maybe as part of that process, relocate the shed.
Okay.
So if the zoning board members agree for those reasons, it's going to be referred back to the building department.
And this will be on the next hearing?
The deadline for legal notices for the March 12th meeting was today, but you could easily make the March 26th meeting.
March 26th meeting, okay.
Another fucking one. Jesus.
Once I get the updated denial letter from building, he could probably also put a note on there that you're going to just put the shed in a conforming location.
Okay.
I can renotice.
Okay, sounds good.
Ask her, tell her what we need.
Okay.
Please, let's go.
So did submit the updated impervious surface.
Correct.
We're going to refer that plan back to building, Heather, with a note. You can contact Heather regarding the plans for the shed, because if you're gonna move it, you will not need relief for that. If you
Okay.
don't, we're gonna have to add that to the amended relief. So, you have Heather's contact information?
Yes, I do have.
Okay,
those.
so we'll guide you through all of that. Just contact her. Really, the issue,
Yeah, I'll reach out to Bob Muller in the building department tomorrow.
perfect.
Okay, so, we will, if we move the shed, then we will be back on the next hearing to review impervious surface along with the 1.8-foot side yard setback.
Yeah, for March 26th.
And while I'm here, is there any additional comments that we should address?
Do we need a picture of the shed moved or anything like that? Do we need a picture of the shed moved or anything to that effect?
No, I think just a proposed new location is fine.
Because then I guess it will go through the building department.
Yeah, and the shed under 144 square feet, so
Yeah.
it's 5 feet off the property line is all you need.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's 2
Who's reading it?
Oh, we don't have anything in hand.
All right.
So is it just a motion to move this?
Yeah, so appeal number 2026-003 would be moved to March 26th.
So, Mr. Chairman?
So moved.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry, is there somebody else wants to speak?
It was Leroy.
That was Leroy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Second.
Jeez.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So it's moved to March 26th. Thank you very much.
Next appeal is 2026-004, Richard Cugini, 467 Peconic Bay Boulevard, Riverhead, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-87-1-5, Residence B40 zoning, demolition and rebuild of single-family residence. Applicant requests variances and/or relief from Town Code Chapter 301-17, where proposed front yard setback is 27.5 feet, maximum allowed is 50 feet, and where proposed impervious surface is 31.3%, maximum allowed is 15%.
Good evening. My name is Jack Roseberry. I'm an architect. I'll raise my right hand.
No, wait a minute, we're going to swear you in. Come on.
I know that's why.
He's ahead of you.
I do solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Please state your name and
Jack
address.
Roseberry. I'm the architect of Richard Cugini, Roseberry Architectural Studio with offices, with a home office at 1029 Sep Avenue in Medford. This is a nice place. I'm kind of like, actually you can see the podium here. I do have a presentation packet I can submit. I brought along for the ride. Wasn't quite sure how you were doing the camera thing there.
You want it, would you like it on the camera?
No, if they can put it on the camera. They can put the if you want, you can put there's floor plans, elevations, there's pictures.
We already have? Is this the one we already have?
I think so. You should have the floor plans and the elevations, yes, so you should have the site plan, and I brought in, there's other things I bring in supporting documentation. I tend to be thorough.
Can you see it from there?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, we all have it already.
Yeah, no, I got that part. Okay, this is for proposed residence located at 467 Peconic Bay Boulevard, Riverhead, which is also known as, considered Aquabog in that region. Proposed project is construct of one-story residence, 44 by 32 irregular with 3 bedrooms, front yard covered deck, a rear yard open deck with a, this requires front yard setback from Bay Avenue, which the house is facing, 27.5 feet proposed. Side street setback from Peconic Bay Boulevard, 16.1 feet proposed. We have an impervious surface area variance, 40.1%. The existing one-story residence on the property will be removed as part of the application. The house will be moved back approximately 2 feet, the new house, from the existing residence, which will increase the setback from 25.9 to 27.5 feet, which enables the larger footprint without encroaching on the previous setback, side yard setbacks from the existing house construction. The driveway leading to the pool house and the garage in the rear of the residence will remain as existing, including the pool to the rear. The existing cesspool will be removed by new construction, and new sanitary system will be installed in the rear yard towards the northeast corner of the property. The existing driveway on Bay Avenue will be refurbished and is to remain. We're going to install drainage according to the current standards. New construction will limit disturbance to the areas west of the driveway. In my presentation package I submitted, I included photographs of the surrounding homes in the area. They were all buried in snow. The residence is located at the entrance to the Akabak beachfront community, or terrace community, which contains a development of smaller residences and bungalows, some of them seasonal, and a small motel, and development in this area dates back to prior to 1962. Through the years, single-family residential development has developed into larger scale structures, many of them 2 stories, which has given the development more permanence. I've included in my presentation packets very recent snowy photos of the surrounding area, and I've included Suffolk GIS maps will give a development timeline for that area. For the purposes of setback and area variance considerations, I offer the following statements. This development will not have an increased impact on the surrounding neighborhood, as it is in line with the original development of the neighborhood. The application for the new residence to replace the existing increases the front yard setback to 27.5 feet and matches the existing north or south property line setbacks. The building height will be slightly higher than the existing residence due to the requirements of the 86 flood zone, which this residence is in. The variances can be considered substantial only if it relates to the current zoning, but this matches the development of the Akabak community and does not decrease the front yard setback on Bay Avenue. The benefit that we're asking for cannot be achieved by alternate means, as it would require massive changes to the configuration of the property and still would require similar variances due to the size of the lot and the existing zoning. Such changes would only increase the impact of the variance and affect the existing property. Variances sought will not cause an adverse impact on the environment. Construction of the new residence will be required to install a new innovative sanitary treatment system, thus reducing the resident's impact on the local groundwater system. The residence will be raised in elevation to meet the flood elevation guidelines, and including the new regulations regarding increased freeboard height, and that will be followed in the application. This is also due to the hydraulic requirements, the level of the sanitary system. There will be very limited storage on the crawl space. The existing residence did have a basement and had issues with the groundwater flooding into it. The removal of this basement and removal of the pump system will have some benefits to the groundwater. The new residence will follow the requirements of the New York State Energy Code, so the energy usage may be reduced. The difficulty is considered self-created because I've been told that all construction would be considered self-created difficulty. We are trying to match as closely the setbacks and impacts of the existing residence while bringing a new residence into conformance with the current standards. The benefit of having a new residence at the gateway to the neighborhood would benefit the local area in general, because this is the very entrance of the Akabak community. The sign's right in front there. My presentation package I submitted at the start of this presentation includes a series of Suffolk GIS photos of various stages of development act in this area. This is publicly available information. It dates back to 1962 as an aerial. It includes 1984, 2001, and 2023 aerial photographs. I've also submitted pictures of the surrounding property and included pictures of the existing yard from a time where snow was unknown. I have also included a narrative in my presentation in the packet. With that in mind, and I'm sorry I went probably a little faster than I should have, I am ready to answer any questions you may have.
Your client snowbirds?
I'm sorry?
Your client snowbirds?
My client, I think they have a permanent residence in Queens. Their idea is now...
They haven't shoveled the walk yet.
No. But then again, the neighbor to the east has a shovel to walk, the neighbor to the north has a shovel to walk,
No, I'm just saying it. You can see it's not accurate.
Yeah, no, they're not there now.
You said they're doing away with the basement?
They're doing away with the basement.
Yeah, I presumed with Superstorm Sandy, they had a big problem.
According to them, it got to the house, but didn't go in the house. But with the new FEMA regulations, you have to be cognizant of the possibility of a higher flood than Sandy.
Did you have additional copies of your presentation?
I actually concluded in my presentation packet. If you want to have my copy, you can have it as well.
Do any of the board members want to look through this? I did give the one copy.
Yeah, I
to
don't have
Anne
that.
Marie.
That's not a full, complete presentation.
Oh,
Take a look.
pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
You want to see it, Adam?
This thing inside is pretty good. The zoning chart is very,
So, Mr. Roseberry, with respect to your answer, I truly appreciate this, is it a self-created issue?
I had a zoning board chairman in the town of Babylon years ago barking at me that all construction is a self-created difficulty. It's not something the zoning creates a difficulty, okay? We're building, so therefore we're building and creating we're self-creating that difficulty. But it does not, the law does state, it does not preclude the Board of Appeals from making an approval. It's just stating what I think is a problem. We're creating a self-created difficulty of building a new house. It is what it is, but it doesn't preclude you from giving us an approval based upon that.
Yep, no, I'm not disagreeing with that. What I wanted to just ask you, when you talked about bringing the residents in conformance with current standards, so it's the elevation,
Elevation,
the septic,
the elevation, the septic, and the energy code. And of course, it's not 2025 building code because I got it in on time and they'll let me do under the 2020 code, but it's the most current standards at the point of application.
Okay.
I mean, I may make them put different switches in anyway, but that's me.
Receive Suffolk County Health Department approval?
We're up to that point. I made the last submission about 2 weeks ago. I'm waiting on them to give me a final approval on it.
Do you need DEC or CAC approval?
I've applied. I'm waiting for a non-jurisdictional letter. I have not seen it back
I
yet.
know you provided me with a copy
Yes.
of your DEC
Yes,
application.
I made the application about 3 weeks ago. I have not heard back from them yet. They said 2 to 3 weeks, but, DEC.
So that was DEC?
DEC, and I don't know if CAC would be required.
What's CAC?
Conservation Advisory Council.
We're across the street, 235 feet from a tidal wetlands, or tidal creek. It's not a wetland.
You might not need it if you get the letter of NJ from the DEC.
I'm hoping to have it any time now.
I'll double check with Greg Bergman.
Okay.
He's the liaison to that board.
Okay.
All right, I got no problem with this.
who's got it?
All right, I got it, yeah. Yeah. All right, appeal number 2026-004, move the appeal of Richard Cugini, 467 Peconic Bay Boulevard, Aquabog, SCTM number 600-87-1-5. Residence B40- RB-40 zoning for variances and/or relief from Town Code Chapter was 301-17, with proposed front yard setback is 27.5 feet. Maximum allowed is 50 feet, and with proposed impervious surface is 31.3%. Maximum allowed is 15%. Be approved, subject to SCHD, DEC, and if applicable, CHC approval. But this, in accordance with the also in accordance with the application and sketches with amendments thereto, if any, is filed with the building inspector.
Second.
All right, Mr. Barnes,
Aye.
Portia,
Aye.
Zelinski,
Aye.
Zillow,
Aye.
and I vote aye. So the variance has been granted. Good luck.
Take care.
Last appeal of the evening, appeal number 2026-005, Charles Agius, 167 Pier Avenue in Jamesport, Suffolk County, tax map number 600.
I remind you, you're still on the road. Okay?
Thank you.
600-8-2-12.7, residence A40 zoning, detached 3-car garage. Applicant requests variances and/or relief from Town Code Chapter 301-9A1A, where proposed detached garage in the front yard where accessory structures are not permitted in a front yard. And just for the record, I did receive correspondence on this application. We received an email from Julia Scalise, sorry if I mispronounced her name, on Wednesday, February 25th, in opposition. And then we also received an additional letter from the neighbor at 173 Pursuant, Jason Burhack, again, sorry if that's a mispronunciation, in support of the application.
Another one. Sorry.
For the record, just state your name and address again, all right, so we can remember it?
Carrick, right?
Yes, it's still Carrick, Megan Carrick, and offices are at 206 Lincoln Street, Riverhead, New York.
Thank you.
I'm now here on behalf of our client, Charles August, who is seeking to get approval to construct a detached garage in his front yard. We placed the garage in a location that works with the existing site conditions, including the placement of the house, the front door, and the natural contours of the land. The garage has been designed to fit into the existing hill on the property, which will help blend it into the site and minimize its visual impact, so you still see the house before you see the garage. Before we began the process, Charles reached out to his neighbors. He was able to contact some of them to inform his plans and ensure that they were comfortable with the project. Specifically his neighbor at 173 Pure Avenue, who has a similar situation with his detached garage located in his own front yard. At that time, we received this neighbor's support, and as Heather said, I had received that letter of support. I have additional copies here if you'd like to see it. Since sending out the required mailings, we have also spoken with the abutting neighbor to the rear of the property who operates the farm. He expressed his support for the project and mentioned that an existing shed currently encroaches on his property. The shed was there when my client bought the property, and we do intend on moving this to a conforming location. Lastly, we don't think the project should have any adverse effects on the environment. As you'll see in our site plan, we are planning to collect all of our roof runoff with a dry well. I'm happy to answer any questions.
You mentioned that the other neighbor has a similar,
Yes, the one at 173 Pier Avenue, they have a 3-car garage in their front yard as well.
similarly located, same location?
It's a completely different property. Our property is pretty unique with the existing
also the front
location.
yard?
It's also the front yard, yes.
Did he get a variance for that?
I do not know, unfortunately.
I guess my question is, this is a whole new garage, it's a 3-car garage. They have a 2-car garage with the house now, right?
Yes.
And my gosh, the new driveway that you're proposing for the new garage is huge, and then there's another driveway over here. I would think that garage would be better located if it was closer to the other driveway.
So we did consider that, and we thought that this was a nice place for the garage because it was not abutting the only neighbor really on this road that would be directly impacted at 173 Pier Avenue. So we were planning on keeping it far away from that location. He plans on having this garage really just as a fun tinkering garage. He has a few cars of his own. He's retired and enjoying that aspect of his life.
Clients here?
Yes, he is.
So what did you state the plan for this garage is?
Just a storage garage with plans to work on his cars, his personal cars.
And what's proposed for the upstairs? You have an awful lot of windows.
I know, that is really for the looks of the structure since it's built into the hill, and access to the house from there. Right now, it is just for dry use storage. There's no water lines or anything proposed to the structure.
Why couldn't you locate this garage structure adjacent to the existing driveway, eliminating the requirement for 2 curb cuts, 2 driveways on a lot used for single-family residence?
The front yard setback that we would then be going for over there would be decreased significantly due to the way that the lot is. So we're trying to keep the garage off of the property even further, off of the front property line further than if it was over there.
I'm not following that.
So if you look at the survey, the way that the property kind of curves around the front of the house, if we were to propose the garage on that side in the front yard would be decreased even more.
Not
Right
the
now,
front yard, the rear yard.
so he has that set up right now with a lot of pre-existing site conditions that we were hoping to not affect. Sorry if I'm not.
Here's an aerial. There aren't site conditions they would seriously affect.
Justin?
He's not in. Is he there? He's not, I don't think he's there. Oh, yeah.
Would we be able to use the camera on the ceiling? Thank you.
By the way, I guess looks like south of the house, there's something enclosed in a wire fence. What is that anyway? You see that just south of the house?
Oh, just south of the house. I believe he has solar panels over there. Some of that is garden, am I correct?
Yeah, there's a pre-existing fenced-in garden, which I'm gonna use.
Okay.
Come up.
So what this aerial depicts is a near map photo of the property. And what's superimposed is a large square box, basically indicating that a garage could fit right there.
So
And alleviating the need, because under the law, with the criteria for the zoning board, is to minimize variances requested. So that would alleviate the, quote, accessory structure in the front yard. And it would also remove 2 driveways for one single-family residence.
can I speak?
Just has to be sworn in.
Raise your right hand.
You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
I do.
Please state your name and address.
Charles Aegis, 167 Pier Avenue, Jamesport, New York.
Go ahead.
So, I bought the house a year ago, February. I wasn't aware of the property, the shed being off the property line. Just want to square that right away. And I want to take care of that for the neighbor and to be in code. I came from a house in Showroom. I lived in Brookhaven my entire life. It's my first year in Riverhead. And the house, it was a nice big piece of property, almost 2 acres, a little shy. I came from a house with a big backyard patio, a pool, a hot tub, fire pits, all kinds of stuff, to a yard that it's beautiful, lovely area, but up to a farm, but there was nothing back there. So I had already put in a permit, and I'm already in the middle of the building. I built a deck back there. I put in a fire pit right in the area that you're showing that. I have steps going out to it. And when I thought about putting it back there, but the way that it's a cul-de-sac, it's a private road and it's a cul-de-sac, and my existing driveway, I would have had to widen it, and it would have been very difficult to turn in and out to get to that garage where if I wanted to put it back there.
Instead of widening the garage, you're proposing, strike that, rather widening the driveway. You're proposing to construct a second all-new driveway. Does that make sense?
There's a lot of property, and I specifically chose this site here because I can cut it into the hill. All that will be sticking out will be the top part of it. I understand there's another driveway, but it is off the private cul-de-sac. It's not off the road, and it's on the property that I have. So I didn't think it was going to be. I understand I needed a variance for it. When I spoke to Chuck and Megan about it, they explained everything that how the code works, and for the way I'm setting up my yard, the backyard is going to have a pool in it as well. I'm in the middle of getting a permit for that. So I'm trying to develop the backyard into an area that I can use to have my grandkids come and my family come and enjoy it. And that's why I wanted to and I'm a car enthusiast, as Megan mentioned. I have multiple cars now. I like to work on cars. It's a hobby. I just retired. And the 2-car garage that came with the house, that's attached to the house, it's just not big enough. I still have tons of stuff in there packed, and I have no room to operate. And so one of the reasons why I moved out and bought this land was because I had so much property. So I'm just trying to to, utilize it and have what I'd like to have in my remaining years on this earth.
I believe Mrs. Carrick mentioned that your neighbor, I think it's 173, you said?
I believe that's the neighbor to 173. It's Jason Burnett.
Is that analogous, not on all fours, but kind of equal to what you want to do?
Very, very similar. He just bought the house. The house was owned by somebody else when I first moved in. It was just purchased recently, and it's a newer home than mine. It's right at the base of the cul-de-sac, and his driveway goes straight up. The house is to the left, and then it's a big driveway, and then directly across the driveway is this four-car garage.
But his garage is on the street side, so to speak, like you want to put yours.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
And I believe it's a two-story structure as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a two-story structure as well.
This is, we're hoping to look like 1.5.
Anybody else want to be heard on this?
So we're in opposition.
You have to come up to the
All right,
podium
well,
and be
just
sworn
wanted
in.
to know.
Should I do that now?
Oh, are you finished? Are you finished, Ms. Carrick?
Come back.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Are you both going to speak?
Yeah.
Okay, please. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please state your name and address.
Julia Scalisi, and we are directly across on Pier Avenue.
What is your name, sir? Anthony Scalise. Thank you.
So we don't have a formal address there. It's still raw land that we bought
got your
a couple years back. I'm sorry?
We had your letter that's, you're not.
Yeah, so it's directly across. So the property that they're discussing, 173, is nothing like what they're proposing here. He has a property where you're looking at the house and the four-car garage is at the corner of the property. This is, you're looking at the house, and this garage would be directly across from the house that Robert Stromsky is going to build for us. So I haven't met our new neighbors. We would love to come to a resolution with them and come up with something that we'd both be happy with. But the reason that we came tonight is that I feel that it will impede on our property value. And quite frankly, we bought this lot. You have to turn off of Pier Avenue. It's bucolic, it's beautiful, there's lots of grass, there's big lawns. The last thing I thought was we're gonna have another, Brooklyn situation where we have a building sitting on the front lawn. So it's a beautiful property, and there's plenty of spots that I think would be a better option, for a site for a garage that would be less impactful for us. So it appears that it's a little too close to the road, and again, our property is directly across from where that proposed garage would be, so that my front door would be looking at this garage. They said there's a hill there. It's a very slight.
We've all been there.
Yeah, it's not something that would, hide the garage from sight, and again, it would be an eyesore for us. So just looking, knowing the property very well, we've owned it for several years, it seems like there's a lot of other places that could go that would be less impactful for us and still have, a great situation for them as well. Currently along that strip, along that fence, the back fence, there's an RV that I'm assuming is going to be part of this, reason for this garage. So, I just don't love the idea of this big paved area right in front of our house with an RV in front of it and a garage. It's just not the reason we bought this piece of property, and just want to keep it to where they're happy and they're enjoying it, but that also where we don't have to look at, a garage and a paved driveway right across from us.
You want to add anything?
Okay, pretty simple. I mean, we bought the property because we could only put one structure on the 2 acres, so we kind of want to keep it where it's very spacious and open. I feel like having the garage there, we kind of lose that immediately right next door. That's the main reason why we're opposed.
How close is your house going to be to
The
that?
setback is 50 feet, so it would
Yours.
be, 50 feet off of our shared driveway.
There's no house there currently.
No, I know, but yours are going to be back 50 feet also?
Well, whatever the required setback is.
Theirs is, their garage is 59 back.
Yes.
So between the street, et cetera, you're over
120.
over 120 feet probably away from it. And you want to add? If you have to, if you want, you have to come up.
First off,
Nice to
meet you.
Nice to meet you. Sorry under these circumstances.
Okay, I didn't know who owned the property.
Right.
Valerie Good sold the property and told me that it was purchased. All I've seen there so far are those generators that are sitting.
Heaters.
Yeah, what they were, heaters? Yeah, there's three of them. There was three of them there. I think they pulled one out the other day. There's a lot of brush in the front, and I wasn't sure what was going to be done there. But again, it's at the very beginning when you make the turn. We're not putting a paved driveway in. It's going to be probably gravel. And it is going to be set back closest to the house. And it's going to be half buried under the ground. All you're going to really see sticking out is the top floor.
This guy here.
We plan on doing our property, accident, so our backyard's gonna be facing your house. So we wanna put something there, we wanna have like a nice open field, there's a field back there, we want to keep that open. So that's right there. That's what it is. If that wasn't right, I mean, you could put it against the other side or something, we don't mind. I'm enthusiast, and I understand that you want space for it, I just think there's a much better place that you can probably put that. If I put up a big structure right along there and put my cars in there, and then you're looking at it, I think you'd feel the same way. Only because there's other places you could put it. I think there is.
Like I explained, I'm doing a lot of work in the backyard already. I put a pool in, I put a lot of...
Excuse me. So the house that hasn't been built yet, is that also on 2 acres?
Yes.
It's on 2 acres.
And if the house is across the street, what would you look at, if you looked out of your house, where would you be looking directly? Because there's a curve there. I mean, are you looking at the house?
His house is a little bit further up the road. So if you follow up that shared asphalt driveway, he's a little bit further up. Our house would be a little bit further onto Pier Avenue, so it would be facing that garage. This is Pier, so here's the shared driveway. His is kind of towards the back of the property, we're on the front side of that, because the front of our property is along Pier Avenue.
Along this part is along
It's
Pier
like
Avenue.
200 feet along Pier Avenue, so,
It's like 500 feet along.
oh, is it? Okay, so ours is further down the driveway.
Sir, homeowner, I just don't understand, I didn't hear I didn't understand the argument. Why can't you just put the garage to the right when you're coming up your driveway? You got like a big piece of property there. You can't just expand your driveway and put the garage right to the right?
So can you go closer to the podium with a microphone?
Paved fire pit, that was part of my permit.
Oh, you're not getting picked up on the mic, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just got done constructing a fire pit right in that exact area because it was part of my original proposal for the backyard.
What kind of fire pit are we talking about?
It's an in-ground, I have bluestone pavers out to it. I have bluestone pavers around the entire, it's about, I guess 14 by 14. It's a round, it's a complete structure. It's all part, I went through Owen Brothers doing all of my work on this project, and it's been very expensive. And it provided more privacy in that back area. That's why I used that area for that.
How close is it to the driveway?
It's way up there, isn't it? It's the top of the picture on the right circle?
It's not there, I don't know when that picture was taken.
So that was or is a fire pit.
You're not talking about that, right?
That was a fire pit he had put in. It's huge, you could burn a tree in there.
Could you point to where it is?
Yeah, Emery,
Bring
how
that
about
picture back, please.
How about that satellite
Go
image?
Go back to the picture, please. Could you point to where the fire pit is? Okay, I got you.
Maybe the garage.
So can I just ask you a question? Because there's a portion of this that just kind of bothers me. With the question of the difficulty was or was not self-created. So you're claiming it was not self-created because the difficulty arises from the existing site conditions on the property. You have close to 2 acres of property, right? The thing that concerns me the most about this is I can't find any good reason other than you didn't fully plan for what you were doing. that you wanted a garage, but then it came too late because you already did some other work. And I'm really concerned about the precedent that this starts. Because what happens when the next person comes to us and says, well, you know, I got 2 acres of property, but I decided to do this, so now I want another variance. We're not dealing with an eighth of an acre lot that's somewhere over in Showroom or someplace like that. Just personally, I can't get behind this.
You know, when I bought the house, it's in Mr. Lacanio, the previous owner, put the house kind of in the middle of the 2 acres. And so while there is room in the back, there's plenty of room in the front. I was trying to, you know, there was a service driveway already existing there. I don't know if it's legal or not. It's not paved. It's just, there's gates so that, you know, I guess the landscapers or whoever could get in the back. So I kind of used that driveway. That's where the RV is parked right now. And it just made sense to me that would be a better place to put it. And because of the hill was there, I could bury it mostly into the hill and just have the top part sticking out, and it would look good.
So how about moving it down where the garden is, the garage?
Be further into the back, you're saying?
Well, your driveway's coming down, instead of letting it come down, and once it gets down where the garden area, that would be the garage. As long as it's off the side yard, you know, down there, there's a lot of property here. I have to agree with Mr. Zawiski's comments here.
So on the survey you provided, it did not show any of the fire pit.
It's all just been constructed in the last month, 2 months. It's all part of the permit that I already had on file.
Well, it's not on the survey. Also, you talked about, well, it would be difficult to relocate the garage. It's penciled in up there because you couldn't have a pool. You have plenty of room directly behind the house to have a big pool, a patio.
Everything.
I hand drew a pool that's 3 times the size of the house.
I just have another question. Why would you put the fire pit by the driveway, not in your backyard?
Well, Owen Brothers we're going to be putting some trees in there and some nicer, wanted to keep it closer to the house so you didn't have to walk from the way in the backyard closer to up by the deck and get into the house to the bathroom and everything like that. So that's the way they conceptually designed it. I question the same thing. It's actually the high point of the yard, and when you're sitting around, you're looking out over the farm. It kind of made sense to put it there.
You have a picture of this fire pit with you?
I don't want to set precedent.
No, I agree.
I think the guy down the street's already set precedent for us. The one down the street already has this. Okay, good job.
Just wanted to take a look at it. Yeah, you can put it on there. Okay.
Justin, can you pick up the,
Yeah, I can see it.
What's the base out of? That's just a big. What's the black? Is that asphalt?
No, it's some poured cement, and now it's blue ice, bluestone.
That one big square underneath the fire pit, that ain't one big piece of bluestone.
No, it's pieces,
Tied
mortared together. You know, the pattern.
They look like they got seams to me in this picture, but I guess they do.
That may have been taken, this picture may have been taken before they put the blue ice down, I'm sorry. That's cement right there, slab. The blue ice is on top of it, I don't think I have it. It snowed after that.
Very pretty.
Yeah, I'm trying to do everything very nice. I never met you, I didn't know what the intentions were of the property over there, didn't know you were gonna put the house backwards. You know, I'm trying to make it as aesthetically pleasing as possible. And the cul-de-sac down at the end where my driveway currently is, would be difficult to get in and out of another driveway from that area. That's the problem. And now I put this in. So, so that's one of the problems we're trying to move it. Another picture with the bluestone.
The previous one is in line with the house.
So it's not,
Correct.
yeah, so it's not a variance.
No.
Okay.
Following up, I believe someone had asked if 173 Pier Avenue ever received a variance. So the way that their garage was constructed, it was in line with the house, so they just got a CO for it. It is a 4-car garage, and it's on the CO as a 4-car garage, so the size is correct, but it's in line with the front line of the house. I will say that this lot, based on the definition of front line of the house, it's taken from Pier Avenue, and it goes to the closest point of the structure, which is, I guess that's the northeastern portion of the house. So like your front yard is actually everything forward. So even if you were to move the garage back to be in line with the house, I think it's still technically by definition in the front yard.
So Heather, if they relocated the garage next to the existing driveway, that would not require front yard variance, correct?
No. And would it require a variance under that terms where the wire fence garden area is? Because if we take Pier Avenue to the closest point and brought it back behind that front corner, do you see that?
It technically would be behind the front line of the house, which might alleviate the neighbors' concerns, but by code, it would still be in the front yard. It's a unique lot, and unfortunately, the subdivision, when we researched it, didn't have designated yards, so we have to go by the definition of town code. And the way that the house was constructed on an angle, it just makes the front yard like unusually large.
And quite honestly, the driveway and the parking pad is tremendous, what you're proposing, compared to your existing driveway, which you already have a 2-car garage.
And that's something that we can edit, the driveway. Like Charlie was saying, it is difficult to get around this cul-de-sac and in and out of the existing driveway. We would have to adjust the curb cut of that driveway to make it an easier.
It doesn't seem like a hardship compared to the curb cut you're proposing and all the asphalt for that extremely large scale driveway and parking pad.
Okay.
So you're not only proposing a garage in the front yard, you're also, it appears, to propose significant parking of vehicles, whether it's the RV or the collector vehicles, based upon what you're depicting.
I understand that. It looks large. And we can adjust the driveway if that is the main concern here, but I
It's
don't.
conceptual. I said
Yeah.
the same thing when I first saw it. I said, I
It's
think that's more
definitely
than I need
conceptual.
for getting in and out of the garage.
I can easily see ways we can cut down this driveway and make it shorter. and we can pull the garage back as well. We were just looking to cut into where that hill was.
I'm going with it. Yeah. If he agrees to move it, no problem. If he doesn't agree with it, we can come back with a different design. I'm telling you, I'll tell you what it is.
Leroy, do you have anything to add?
Leroy,
No, I just thought maybe it could be pulled back a little, but to see what they want to try to work out.
if you agree to move it back, I'll go with it.
Move it back as in closer to the garden area that we're... Okay.
Backyard.
Yeah.
The garden area,
Garden area.
So we
right
can
here.
go back to a proposal where we were kind of making it parallel to the
all the way back here.
and that brings that back further from the front yard.
There's no reason to put it in the front yard.
Like this.
Right here.
Can you do that?
Behind the
It
house.
would be behind the front line, we can confirm that. Behind the front line of the house, which is the front north.
Yeah, then you would need a variance.
Hold on, you want to repeat that?
Go ahead.
Are you saying you would be more interested in granting relief if the garage was behind the front northeast corner of the house?
Yes.
So like in this area.
Come up and point.
The issue is that when you use a definition and you go from point to point, they're saying you draw a parallel line and then all of this is the front yard. So even though on a normal lot, anything beyond this front line would be considered out of the front yard, because of the way the lot's shaped, even behind the front line of the house is technically partially in the front yard.
I think that's a reasonable combination. Could you do that? Would he do that?
I just want to make sure that he's clear on what we're asking. So that would be saying, like, we drew a line from, I'm just going to take this roughly, from this corner, and the garage would have to be beyond in here.
That would eliminate the relief.
If you
Could
did
you do?
that.
Could you live with that?
Yeah, I have solar panels that I just put in there as well, which I did permit for.
You need to take out the one.
But you can live with that?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I said, you heard me, but I just put solar panels in that area to the right. It butts up right to the garden. But we could look at seeing if we can move it back. And kills me, the garden's got a couple of really beautiful peach trees in it. And I got a lot of peaches last year. It was really nice. And I guess I'd have to wind up tearing those out, so.
Transplanting them.
Transplant,
I mean,
yeah.
if you go with that, I'll go with it.
Right.
You go with it?
Yes.
I'll go with it.
How would the neighbors feel about that?
So I wasn't exactly clear where they said they would be putting it.
So the front line of the house, right, you're saying it has to be behind,
Let's use this,
This
because
would
this
be-
is the one that we have.
Sure.
With the garage on it.
It will be significantly behind the front facade of the house.
Which this is technically not needing a variance at this point, correct?
Yeah, so if you get it behind that imaginary line.
For your house to have it tucked away versus having it in front of the house. You know?
Can you live with that? Okay.
And Judge, I think we gotta make a normal driveway. Right?
Of course, I won't over-exaggerate the driveway, I
The
apologize.
driveway now is big, it's almost
I
like a
wasn't
parking
thinking
lot.
about the driveway.
Is the driveway violation? No, so what's the big deal with the driveway?
Let's let him agree and let's go.
Crazy in the front yard, that big area, you could put like 15 cars there.
It's not a violation, let him do it.
And it wasn't Charlie's intention to have a driveway that large anyhow. And it was going to be a pervious surface, we would never.
We had to go with the accommodation. Everybody else is happy with it. I'll go with it.
Because they're going to have to come up with brand new plans and everything else.
We need new plans for this?
So if they put this garage in the backyard where we showed you, and they plant a bunch of big trees in front of it, arborvitae's and everything, so you don't have to look at it.
They wouldn't
Make you
need,
happy as the neighbor?
but they wouldn't
I
need
think it would
relief.
look great for him to not have it in front of his house either.
And technically,
yeah, I
we
think it'll
wouldn't
be
need a
great.
variance anymore, so we wouldn't have to come back in front of the board.
Correct, you would you could withdraw the application. I mean, if you wanted to do it exactly in line with the house, you would still need the relief, pursuant to that definition, but it would be significantly less in terms of impacts.
So per se, we came through with designing this and
Survey, right?
No, if he can withdraw the application, it's no violation. If there's no violation, right? We don't have any jurisdiction
Yeah,
over
but
it.
we want to see what he's going to...
If it's legit, we have no jurisdiction over it.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
May I make a
are you
suggestion,
withdrawing the
Megan?
application?
Sorry, Leroy has a...
See it?
would you like to discuss?
Megan?
this?
Yeah, so I need to.
Megan,
Hi.
can I make a suggestion? How are you?
Sure. I'm good. How are you?
Could you draw a draft of the layout? And if planning staff sees that it doesn't need a variance, then we're good. Then
That sounds
withdraw
great.
the
I would
application
prefer to
after
go
you
about
get
it
your
that
building permit.
Yeah, rather than do it right now, I agree.
Excuse me?
Good suggestion.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. I believe that's the way
Okay.
we're going to go with it. Thank you,
Good.
Leroy.
All right, you got it.
Okay, but to the judge's point, if you withdraw your application and redesign it such that the garage is not in the front yard, you will not have to come back to the zoning board of appeals.
Correct, but I would like to wait to withdraw the application if that's okay.
If they end up like trying to get it more in line with the house, even though, again, on a standard lot, it would be in the side yard, because of the way this lot is shaped, they would still require relief, so.
How long are you gonna take? How long are you gonna need?
Well, we're telling you, if you put it in the backyard, we're gonna grant it.
Right.
Yeah, I really just would like
I
to speak
understand.
to my client, so
Yeah, but how long
a
would
few
you
days
need?
would be great.
How long would you need?
Give me a week.
I'll give you 2.
Okay, sounds
Right.
great.
So March 12th,
I'll make a
and
move, we adjourn it to that date.
Thank you, everyone.
Still, do you have to change the posting or anything? If you're coming back before us, do we have record?
No.
if they're still coming back for the same relief, they don't need to
Doesn't matter
change.
where it is?
Yeah, but
We're announcing the adjournment.
Leroy said.
Yeah, the relief is the front yard, so.
Okay.
And you guys understand that we're gonna put conditions on it, you can't rent the garage out, there can't be people living up there, there can't be
Well, if they
bathrooms
withdraw,
and
we have-
kitchens and all that kind of stuff.
John, if they withdraw, we're out of it.
We're out of it. Okay.
All right, adjourn it for 2 weeks. I make a motion, so anybody have a second?
Second.
We good for that?
Second.
Okay. Mr. Barnes,
Aye.
Shetta,
Aye.
Zawiski,
Aye.
Skazilla.
Aye.
And I vote aye, so we're adjourning it.
I just wanted to say one other thing. Heather had opened up about the scam, and I was a recipient of that.
You do?
And almost fell to it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm so sorry, you gotta come.
Almost fell victim to it. And I called to town hall to confirm. My bank actually caught it, because the bank that they were asking to wire the money to is kind of like a known.
Kansas City.
I have Fidelity, and they were like questioning me. I go, this is the town board, it's planning. I looked at that, the seal, everything looked very legitimate, whoever was doing it.
How much is it?
What bank was it?
$4,000.
$4,000. Yeah. And they had a whole list of bullets of why it would cost $4,000, and I'm thinking,
What bank was the money going to?
I think it.
Lead Bank in Kansas City,
Kansas
Missouri.
City. That was the other thing. Why would you guys be doing business with a bank in Kansas City? So anyway, I called. The offices were closed on Monday because of the snow. But Heather got back to me that same day and sent me a note and confirmed. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate
I
it.
know Megan, you checked with Megan too, and she's like, no, don't do anything.
Megan, I checked with Rag. When I couldn't get through you guys, I called her right away. She said this definitely doesn't look right. So crazy that people are out there doing that. And, you know, if they put their mind to more productive things, maybe in an honest living, we don't live
Living with people like that all my life.
Are we,
That ain't happening.
scrolling off?
Thank you.
Not yet, we have some additional business. So before we close, the board had reopened the appeal number 2025-042 Stony Brook Ambulance Center. You had reopened it and set the hearing date for March 12th. The applicants need to change things about the relief, so the notice is actually gonna have to get redone. They didn't make the deadline for March 12th, so the next upcoming dates are March 26th and April 9th, so depending upon when they get that information in, I could complete the legal notice, and they'll have to repost the property and remail. So,
And you also advised that the Conic Bay Medical informed you they are not available
yes,
for the second March date.
Amy Loeb is not available on March 26th.
So, exactly. So it'll be an April date.
All right, so we have minutes.
Final or something?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes, let's get out of here.
January 22nd.
Second.
All in favor?
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
So our next meeting date is March 12th, 2026. Motion to close.
So moved.
All in favor?
Second.
Aye, thank you. Everybody have a safe trip home, whatever.